said that when you go to the Philippines, it's like going to a buffet full of all these beautiful Asian women that you can choose from. Unlike Japan, the US, or other westernized nations, or Eastern nations that are becoming westernized or predominantly industrial, when you go to the Philippines, there's more women to choose from. And for people like men, it works in our favor because you can go to the Philippines, you can pick up any girl you want, and you can basically have your way with these girls depending on who they are. Now, not every girl is going to be the same, of course, but you can pretty sure find a girl that you may like or may not like. The good thing about the Philippines is that in the Philippines, dating is an option, and for women, dating is a chore. Where in the US, it's vice versa. For men in the US, dating is a very tedious task. Again, it's a chore. But for women, it's a liability. So it's reversed in the Philippines. So with that said, Larry suggested that if you go to the Philippines, you could probably find a girl within 2 or 3 weeks. But more or less, there's 2 things that he suggests that you do to increase your chances of getting someone in the Philippines or dating someone. Number 1, you must be able to afford a trip that will last for a month or 2. If you're going to only be there for a week or 2, or even just a week, your chances of really finding love in the Philippines will decrease. But if you find a time to go there for at least 2 months to maybe even 2 months and a half, you will be able to find and date a Filipino woman successfully. Now, getting back to the roles of how it's easy to date Filipino women, because it is. With you being in the Philippines, in a country like that, you can take advantage of so many options. So, for example, if you date someone and that girl doesn't like you and you decide to part ways or, break up, you can always find a new girl to replace her. And that's the very surprising thing to a lot of westernized people who go there, is that unlike in America, once a guy breaks up with somebody, or if a woman breaks up with a guy and they've been dating for a while, they don't have any options. Well, in the Philippines, you have options. So if you do break up, you have 10, 20, even 30 plus women waiting in line for you, which is the most beneficial thing of being in the Philippines. Also, you have the advantage of taking it slowly there. His second suggestion, Larry's suggestion, the guy who wrote this book, suggested that you should take your time finding the right woman. Don't just jump into conclusions and try to marry the first woman you see, because you might find someone who's at your liking a little more attractive or a little more friendlier or a little even more your style. So if, for example, like in the US, we may be searching all of our lives for the right woman, and then when we finally find that woman, we grab onto her and we just get married because we have no other choice. We may not find another woman for another 30 years plus. In the Philippines, it's the opposite. Once you find a woman, you can either grab onto her or you can let her go and find someone else better to marry. That's in the apple of your eyes. So that's the options you have in the Philippines, just to name a few. Now, one thing about the Filipinos is this. Filipino women have a tradition of serving their man for being a good team family member and for honoring the family. Unlike in some Western cultures, like, let's say, the US, maybe even Australia or the UK, where in these day and ages women are encouraged to work and be a mother or just be a career woman. The Filipino women have a different philosophy, as in they work, but they're more dedicated to family, because family and the structure of family is a more laid on importance than being someone who works. And this makes only the most logical sense, because in the Philippines, not too many people have jobs, and the job market is not very legit like it is in some Western countries. What we must remember is that the Philippines is a borderline third world nation. So with that respect, it's only right that these values still stay true to their natural grassroots. But I can also tell you that there are some westernized Filipino women in big cities like Angeles, Cebu, but the traditional and more flirtatious, more wild ones outnumber those specimens. And you must keep in mind that, like I said, there's different kinds of Filipino women. Also, in Larry's book, he goes over some of the books that, or some of the websites that are best recommended for dating online. One of them would be Friendster.com, a free website. Now, Friendster is the Facebook of the Philippines. Now, don't get it twisted. The Philippines also uses Facebook. But the majority of their people also use Friendster. And another website for dating online would be a website called Filipinoheart.com or Filipinaheart.com. And that's another website that you can go on and use. And then there's things like Yahoo Messenger. They use that a lot out there to communicate to your spouse or partner or lover or whoever you want to call her. But I'm not going to spoil all of the surprises of this book, because I want you to buy Elterman Larry's A Man's Guide to Love and Life in the Philippines today on Amazon.com. You can, again, buy it on Amazon.com paperback, or you can electronically download it to your computer or Amazon Kindle application for your Android device. Now, this has been Cairo's Son, and I will be doing a part 2 of this series later on. And I will give you a complete listing on as to why people generally go to the Philippines or other countries to date foreign women and to marry foreign women. And for you newbies out there, it may shock you. So, thanks for watching.